I'm Erkan, and I'm share some ideas with you today about how I view business and life and all things included. Essentially, one of the things that I get asked about is people get confused about my passion for empowering people and helping them achieve the things that they want to achieve in life and the growth of business. Now, I can see how that can be confusing because we think of business quite often as one thing. And in my mind, business isn't one thing. There's different types of businesses. I mean, the two distinctions I'd want to make are one is high-end corporate businesses, corporations that have shareholders and investors, and the other type of businesses where they're owner-operated businesses, and where there's a team of individuals running a business, designing and delivering a service or product. To me, is one thing. A faceless corporation that's multi-billion pound or dollar business is a very different entity. So when I'm talking about growing businesses or helping business owners thrive or develop their products or propositions, I'm talking about entrepreneurs, I'm talking about individuals. I'm not talking about the banking system or insurance or big oil or big pharmaceutical companies. I'm not talking about the big corporations that kind of really monopolize the markets. And if you look at any market at the high end, there's usually 3 to 5 players. And if you're looking at airlines, or you're looking at banking, or you're looking at oil, the way the current monetary system works, it actually works in favour of big scale, and the money system is directly linked to the political system. So it's actually a rigged system. So my passion for people and business owners, when I'm talking about business, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who own and run their own businesses, who actually put their blood, sweat and tears into their business, their creativity, their life force. They go to bed thinking about how they make their pizzas. They wake up thinking about how to deliver a better product. They take it personally when they let people down, or their team does. And they constantly throw in themselves and their experience and their abilities and testing themselves daily to find out how the best way to do it. Whether it's fixing cars, cutting hair, running insurance brokerage. So that's something that quite often people ask me about and kind of confuse the two. So I'm up for monetary reform. I believe that money should not be created out of thin air, out of nothing. So think of any commodity out there. Money is probably one of the only commodities that can be, created out of nothing, and then rented to us as a society. And one of the biggest misconceptions is that actually the government run the banks, and it's actually for the Western world, mostly it's untrue. Private corporations run the banks and then lend that money back to governments, and then they distribute and we pay interest. So as a society, and as a business owner and as a homeowner or anyone servicing debt, is you're actually paying interest on money that never existed in the first place to create out of nothing. So this puts a big strain on the amount of hours we have to work, the amount of time we have to spend at work. Even now you've got both parents working, children left in, essentially strangers' hands being brought up. So children are being brought up by people that have no real relationship to those children. And then we talk about the breakdown of society, or the breakdown of the family. Well, it's actually by design. So for me, one of the empowering classes of our generation is the entrepreneur class. I think the entrepreneur class is probably the most untapped resource in our society. I think more people work for small businesses than they do big corporations. So by altering the way we view the world as entrepreneurs, we can change the world for the better. So that's something that I've been thinking about lately.